this is Sir P. Now, today is going to come like Groundhog's Day. I'm going to be showing you another individual, another violence producer who is in prison. But it will come like the same video you hear over and over again because of the same story over and over again. You heard about the snake, you heard about Turbo last week. This time we're going to talk about Black Azan, Deryck Azan. Now, last week we met the Turbo video. You might have noticed there were 3 individuals in the picture. But telling you say, Turbo up on the left, your favorite artist obviously in the middle, and there was an individual to the right. People who have been supporting the movement for a while, right, should I know say, once you see, me never crap out that third person, but me never say nothing about them, you know something is coming. Right. That person, who we are talking about today. You see, my purpose never mention nothing about it. Because the intel, it come in that his birthday was coming up. And me know say, that mean excitement. Me know say, them money I can't avoid video light. So that means more content to add in this video. Some of us wait it out. Just as predicted. Him decide say, he might go flex, he might go stunt in our prison. And he's further strengthening the case we might go bring forward to you right now. I'm going to show you just how much of a joke, right, the Jamaican justice system, Jamaica's prisons are right now. Even the people who are in, right, the prison system take it for a complete joke. Some of these things are going to be so laughable, you're going to think it's coming out of a poorly written movie, but it's real life. I want to know, look on the screen right now. The individual we see, that man right there so, is who I talk about, Black Azan. Now if you look closely, right, you see, him have a buckle of Ace of Spades now, man. Those of you who know about liquor know how expensive Ace of Spades is. You see my throw up that hand sign, you know what that means already, right? So as me say, it was his birthday. Now, people could have said, you just try attach criminals to my favorite artist. Cause you're bad mind, you just try anything for. If you look at the picture up on your screen, you will see that the man make a post from prison. Right? And your favorite artist tell him happy belated birthday. Right? And if look in the reply section, you see the man reply. Bear in mind, these 2 individuals are supposed to be behind bars, quote unquote, getting reformed, being rehabilitated, the usual fairy tale them sell to the public to make the Jamaican public not question why they keep forking out so much tax dollars, right, to help feed and shelter the very people who are kill them off. Right, so that's the dream them sell you. Rehabilitate and reform and before we go any further, let me just put this out there. Obviously, it goes without saying, I don't think everybody behind bars, right, is a lost cause. Yes, some individuals can and do, right, end up getting reformed, come back to society and live normal lives, sure. But enough of them, let's just say, the idea that we must treat every prisoner the same is downright rubbish. Some prisoners are far more of a danger to society and a national security risk than others. And the ones who go to prison could demonstrate that they have no interest in being reformed. The ones who go to prison and continue to not just flaunt the fact that they don't care, right? Say they're supposed to be, quote unquote, being reformed and, them one day, they cannot be treated, right, like everybody else. If you look around the world, you will see there are various levels to prisons. If you're looking at Uncle Sam Place, you have prison, right, where there's so low security that people, it basically come like a one camp, right? As in like when they go for camp, youth camp, and you have prisoners, and then you have prisons that are so secure that they must have look upon one wall. All them a look upon is 4 walls and a bathroom and a toilet seat. But Jamaica is a place where them have one prison and then put people who have clearly no intention of being reformed in the same place as some man, right, who, as me say, I go just do 1, 3, 4 years and come back a road, right, and can do normal lives. Certain people are a lost cause. But no matter what your favorite activist want to tell you, which dream them want to tell you, and make you feel sad and tell you this romantic story, some individuals are a lost cause. And the facts that even when time they're behind bars, right, them can't stop the killing, that should tell you all you need to know. So, I'm going to show you so much of a joke. This brother, take this thing for. Look on your screen right now. Forget about the picture of the ASAS because you're going to send me Photoshop that. Right? I'll do it up on his page, you're going to see it for yourself. But as you can see, right, the man them that jail a pop champagne. Literally. That's not, right? You know, people just say, we a pop champagne, but really, you know, maybe one bottle of white rum. No, they man that jail a pop champagne. For real. Ace of spades. So, I want you to think about this for a second. The average Jamaican, working Jamaican, can buy a bottle of Ace of spades. And man that prison, I drink Ace of spades. Quote unquote, down that prison, I drink Ace of spades. Right? He's being fed and sheltered at the taxpayer's expense, the very taxpayer that can't afford, right, where my drink on his birthday. So later on in this video, you're going to hear me say some very uncomfortable things. Right? But that's how it go. I've said worse. But we could look at a brief history of who Deryck Azan is and who him there jail for. Or better yet, how long him there jail. Because that's the real topic right here. When he was sentenced, people that say him done for 75 years him get. Because him they get 35 for one, and then 10 for one next and 15 for one, and I get people add it up to 75. Let me tell you something, people at Jamaica. When your sentence get handed down, look for 2 words. Those words are concurrently or consecutively. You see, if it's not consecutively, a big joke thing. So when people tell you say him get 30 years for this and 15 years for that, and it add up to 75 years, because right now, most people at Clarendon think say Deryck Azan nasty back road, but they are wrong. Them things say just like you see on your screen, you were sentenced to 75 years. That is false. Jamaican judges love to sentence man concurrently. So even though them say 35 for the shooting, 15 for the gun, 10 for the ammunition, look for the words concurrently. Look on your screen right now. These are actual court documents. Deryck Azan actually appealed his sentence, and the 35 years was reduced to 17. Look on your screen. So, yes, alright, 17 plus 15 plus 10. Look at the bottom of your screen. The sentence is to run concurrently with the other sentences. You know what that means? People are Clarendon. All I know thinks that Deryck Azan was sentenced to 75 years and then it was cut down to 42 years or 40 odd years after, right, him get the appeal for cut the 35 and a half. He's not doing 75 years. He's not doing 40 odd years. He's doing 17 years. Let me repeat that. You know, say Clarendon people gonna wake up them neighbor to them bed right now because the whole of Clarendon convinced say 75 years him a do. But I know that because I purposely left him picture up there because I know say Clarendon people will link up. Chirpy all the one on the right, him done for. Him done for because of 70 odd years and him still a make. False. Deryck Azan is doing 17 years. His sentence is to run concurrently, not consecutively. Now, who remember one time there was a quadruple murder in a place named Havana Heights? Remember that? I think I actually covered the story. In the story, we mentioned Tony say police actually contact the family and tell them say, right, you got them relative one because they had a relative who was involved, is a criminal. The people were hostile to the police. The police pick up intel, say something like that happen, and tell them, and them run to the police. They were hostile to the police. They don't want to hear nothing from the police. They can see it on your screen. Well, I bet them regret it now. Because the man didn't go kill them. 4 of them. Right. 2 sisters. Man didn't go up there, go mash them up. Remember? Police tried to save these people's lives. Police tried to help them. Listen, them are come for so and so. Give him up. Right? Otherwise this might go on. No. You know what guy already? Born police, now in front of police, not talking to police. Well, as me say, I'm sure they regret the decision because they are now dead. Right? They run to the police. But people get charged. See the on your screen? Prisoner among 4 more charged with Clarendon quadruple murder. You see who name underline? Deryck Azan. In charge him. See there? A Manchester man who was serving 42 years in prison. So that's after he dropped from the 75 down to 42 because people think say well the 35 dropped to 17 and then he take off 2 more because of time served. So 42 years, he's not doing the 42 years. He's doing 17 years. Your favorite judges allowed it to run concurrently. This man is one of the biggest violence producers in Clarendon and they had an opportunity to really sink him and they make it run concurrently, not consecutively. So ignore the 42, so them charge him. 2 other people were charged and sentenced for this same quadruple murder. So they might have a case on Azan. We have to go see how that work out. Now, you have an idea of Deryck Azan, the fact say he's already behind bars, just like Turbo, and your favorite artist. Still getting people killed right, from behind bars. Right. Just like how Turbo recently had the people them killed. But them charge Azan. We're going to see how this case turn out. But we have to have a conversation. What is the point of all this charging and locking up if man that jail order hits same way? The Prime Minister recently acknowledged that Jamaica's prison system are a national security risk. The Prime Minister says so. Right. A national security risk. So him say, right. Regardless of how big we make the walls, because they discuss building a high security prison, right? Regardless of how big we make the walls, or the number of cameras we install, or how far we locate the prison, if there's collusion between guards and prisoners, phones and other contraband will get in and messages and instructions will get out, end quote. The Prime Minister is basically acknowledging, right, say, your favorite guard, your favorite warder is helping criminals get phone in these prisons. Read between the lines. Someone say if the guard them do that, we can build all the prison we build, it's not gonna make much difference. Not gonna make much difference. Here's where the video is going to start to get a bit uncomfortable. I hope you have a cup of tea in your hand. I hope you're hydrated, because it'll get rough. Let me be frank here, sir. Earlier I mentioned that yes, some prisoners right, come back a road and they can be informed and go on to live normal lives. I don't dispute that. But enough of them people here behind bars are a complete lost cause. Not only they are a lost cause, but they remain a threat to national security as the Prime Minister himself stated. Clearly them still get people killed. And just charging them, right, clearly not deter them either. The man in up on Instagram, a pop champagne and all kind of things like normal. So, first thing I have to address. Who said that every single prisoner has some kind of inherent right to taxpayers' money? I want to see where that is written in the Constitution, and then I want to know who put it there. Present an argument to me that is based on logic, right, that says somebody like Deryck Azan and Turbo, right, have some kind of inherent right to taxpayers' money. Because it is taxpayers' money that keep the prisons going. Prisons are very expensive to run. I only think say a free money. It's a fall from space. Prison is very expensive. So the taxpayer, the shopkeeper, right, the man who have the minimart, who pay tax money to keep the prisons going, then have a man from prison send people to kill him, as we see in Hanover. Explain to me how that's a good deal for the Jamaican public. It's a complete rip-off. You see, I'm telling you, say, I don't want people like me go nowhere near politics. Because you see in that instant, people like Turbo, right, people like Azan, once it's established, say, hold on, you're at jail, you're supposed to be in jail getting reformed, right, being quote-unquote rehabilitated, and you're in there sending hits, clearly you have no intention of being reformed. So here what? The expense will attach to you because every prisoner have a number, a figure that can be calculated how much them cost taxpayer. From now on, find the money yourself. Yes, I would make prisoners and their family and their kerosene and their friend them and whoever, right, have to fund, right, the expenses where them incur while them behind bars. I would absolutely cut off people like Turbo, right, who are jail and people dead. Right. Your favorite artist, Azan, whoever. Since you don't want to be reformed, you are responsible. Every month, this expense is on you. Or your favorite human rights group get uncomfortable. How do you can't say that? That's cruel. No, what Turbo did to the people in Hanover is cruel. What your favorite artist and Azan them do to people behind bars is cruel. Telling a man, right, to incur him rent, can basically rent. When you know a house, do you pay rent? So guess what? Azan pay rent. Right? And if you can't afford it, make you pay rent, pay rent. And if you not pay rent, right, then eat dirt. Then suppose you not have the money, eat dirt. What do you mean him not have the money? This man is in jail a pop ace of spades. How many Jamaicans know what ace of spades tastes like? The very Jamaican where I fund, right, JailHouse for Azan sit down, don't know what ace of spades tastes like. So clearly him can afford it. So since him can afford it, right, make him foot the bill himself. And that's being nice, because if you really want me to tell you, right, what happen to people like Azan, instead of add on extra charge, and I would cut the sentence short. Read between the lines. Right, I'm not ready to get the extreme yet. That's your separate video. You don't want to be reformed? Alright, you play stupid games, so you win stupid prizes. Let's, right, talk about what this comes down to. Your favorite leaders for the last 60 years have been indecisive and weak. That is why you see things like this happening. That is why man can do what them do, order them hits, and then literally pop champagne by Instagram. Right? And flaunt it in the face of the very public they're attacking from behind bars. Your favorite leaders go to school and have 50 million degrees only for man with a JailHouse, right, out with them. Your favorite leaders get outwitted by Turbo and them money. Turbo. Right. Azan and them money. That's who's outwitting your favorite leader. They accumulate all these quote-unquote personal accomplishments and they cannot outsmart a bunch of LIQ criminals. So I have to come in Azan. Right, that whole popping champagne thing, that was like the icing on the cake to show just how much, right, they manipulate the system for a mockery and the Jamaican public for fools. Take the Jamaican taxpayers to fools because they continue, right, to fund the very man they want to kill them off. We are feeding and sheltering our attackers. Right. The man will have him shop, but work hard He might have borrowed one loan to start the shop. Maybe him save for 20 years to start the shop. I go dead and hear say, Turbo at jail say he must send some money come give him. And him say no, and him go dead. While that man was paying tax, business tax, income tax, right, to help feed and shelter the same Turbo. The system is a scam. It's a complete joke. Your favorite leaders need to admit, say, boy, we can't stop it. Right. Just like what happened in Ukraine, when the government say, yo, we're going to start arming and protecting yourself. Why the Jamaican government don't just be honest with the people them? We can't help them. Even man who lock up behind bars, we can't stop. When they realize how serious this is. The man them take this thing for a mockery. So present the argument to me. Why are they inherently entitled to keep being funded by the taxpayer? One prisoner, that jail, now get in trouble, just have to do him time, alright, make him get him sentence and go on back on road, fine. But then you have a next prisoner behind bars, continuing to carry out hits, if make them catch him with the phone and try to get man for dead, and him still let it sit down and get taxpayers' money. While he must send man to kill the very taxpayer. To extort the very taxpayer. And your favorite leaders sit back and give big excuses. But, let me talk to the people in Jamaica right now. You saw him in Hanover, the man dead, or the little supermarket or mini mart or wherever. Let me tell you something, people of Jamaica. If Turbo is send man to kill the president and CEO of one of them big fancy hotels there, down at Mobile, Negril, Ochi, Trelawney, right? One of them Spanish owners or whoever, and them big wigs there. If they try to start one of them, and them say no, and him send man go kill one of them there, and he go make news. CEO of big hotel gets gunned down in Jamaica by a prisoner. People of Jamaica, I promise you, this JailHouse situation will be fixed in 7 days or less. Every excuse to them give you, they may find the solution overnight. But as long as the people them are dead, as some little regular people from Hanover, or some little regular people from Clarendon, or some little regular people from Spanish Town and Kingston, quote unquote nobodies, then them can just give one excuse. But anyhow, Turbo them did that threaten. The people them who your favorite leaders really care about. Right? Only that see something. Only that see who Turbo them serve. Only that see who a bad man from who a soft as. Do you realize that no economy cannot be solid without small and medium enterprise? Jamaica and Jamaican leaders are obsessed with big fancy brand names, right? And them keep these big hell of a meetings and picture take and all them things. And that's fine. We get it, good PR. But guess what? No economy now go nowhere without solid, medium, right, small and medium enterprise. Like the type of people them who Turbo kill off with you. Like your favorite small business owner, them people. When an economy is solid, they need them people. And guess who are intimidated by people like Azan? Them people. And them people can't fight back. There is money in Jamaica. Even in the diaspora, Canada, UK, USA, there are Jamaicans who are sitting on money who would invest, but they are afraid. You know who is not afraid? Right? The big wigs them from Spain. Them not afraid on a Turbo, and they're not afraid on a Azan. Them will come choke them big fancy hotel and call it a day. For one, they can afford whatever them. Even if them here say, say some little man come to, we say them can afford it, or two, right? They make a call, a man disappear. We know it already. I'd may say anybody who threaten the golden goose, I gonna know who them serve. Right? The little man can't do that. The little vendor can't do that. The little man at the mini-mart can't do that. And one thing we always hear is, well, Jamaicans no invest in nothing, Jamaicans no build nothing. No. When you sit back and watch the man them kill off the Jamaicans do. We could talk about it. The man them who decide them go start something, a mini mart, I go start one wholesale or something like that. When they kill them off fast, or they watch the money and kill them off, and I say nothing. People with an entrepreneurial spirit, right, have a target on them back in Jamaica. We don't want to talk about that because it's not romantic. Right? What's romantic is, oh, I love the poor. Right? People are obsessed with the romantic stories surrounding the struggle. What people don't want to talk about are the Jamaicans who are trying and who are trying to make certain leaps and bounds but are being dissuaded by criminals. We don't want to talk about that. Right? And we're having massive brain drain. Enough of them people that kiss them teeth and take them money and go to Uncle Sam place to go invest in an Uncle Sam place. And Uncle Sam place don't need no investment. Not from the Jamaica. Jamaica need that investment. So your leaders have failed. I always start at the top. Your leaders have failed. Failed to protect the public. Not just from money that are road, but from money that are jail. Right. And if on top of it, they make it sound like things are being done because me say they make amendments to the correction law. Me I read it. Me I look on it. But the word that me I look for is consecutively. People of Jamaica, unless you see the word consecutively, a big joke thing. Because if a man gets sentenced for 10 years for shooting and 15 years for a gun, and then them say, make it run concurrently. Right? That's not 25 years, that's 15 years. And if him then catch a other one hit, or them catch him with phone and them say, alright, them are going to add on 5 more years on it. Right? But it will run concurrently. Guess what? His sentence is still 15 years. Unless the law says it's going to be consecutive, meaning say it will add on more time, then it's a big waste of time. It's a gimmick. Yes, new law add on more years, but if it run concurrent, it's a big joke. Look who the people and make outsmart them and work with them. People who can't even leave them phone alone. People who be better off just avoiding social media, but they can't help themselves. They like you can't help themselves, but then why would they? Your favorite leaders can't do nothing anyway. Right? We'll make some talk. The charge of them give him for the quadruple murder, we're going to swear come out of that. So like them have some witnesses, but we'll see how it go. But these men have no interest in being reformed. Anyway, Patreon squad, pick up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.